Hello everybody, it's Stock Picks by Tim back again, and I want to talk about crypto today. Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, Ethereum going crazy, reaching all-time highs as well, and we're going to get into Cleanspark as well and what I've been doing with my shares. And let's get into it. Alright guys, now before we look at Bitcoin's chart, first I wanted to get into I was kind of cruising through webull like I like to do, and I was looking at a couple articles here. And I'm just going to read some of the headlines. It was 6 o'clock here, Pacific time. We're looking at Bitcoin rises, reaching record highs at 67. Now it's at actually 68, and it's just going crazy. But check this out. We've got lottery.com starting development of blockchain gaming platform. We've got all kinds of crypto casinos essentially online, and I'm going to show you one in a second. And we've got the dollar, US dollar, hitting more than a 1-year high. I'm also going to tie this into Cleanspark here, because these do feed off of each other. Right now, the market sees this mostly just as a Bitcoin mining play. Although we just had the infrastructure deal and this did rally, people could say it was partly from that. I'd say it was mostly from Bitcoin, but it was probably also those two catalysts combined, just causing this huge rally. Now, what am I doing with my shares? Well, as you can see, I haven't sold a single one. This is not my plan at all. I'm going to hold these relatively long term. I'm looking at least 30 before I'd even consider taking profits. But that being said, I could definitely see this coming back down a little bit, but we did find a huge bounce here at about 20.50 or so, and we just bounced. We went out of the channel, came back down, but it did want to stay in this channel. Okay, people are seeing this as a buying opportunity still, but I think this can move further. Now, Bitcoin did rally and hit 67, 68 here after hours. So this did actually pop after hours too. It went up about 2.5% after hours. So I think this can still run tomorrow, but just be careful. I think that $20.50 though is our base now. We had a huge jump after that, but that's also due to that just huge increase on Bitcoin and also the infrastructure. So that could be like a false base. It could be that just it was going to continue possibly to keep falling, and then it just decided to pop just based on all this good news. So be careful. I think this could pull back. I do see this being a base, but it is possible that it could fall further. And long term, I think at its price, it's still not a bad place to buy. I would wait though for a pullback. If you already have shares, I would wait personally. But I won't be thinking about selling any until about the 30s. Then I'll probably consider just trimming some profits, but I'm definitely long term on this. And I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. We've got more and more acceptance. We've got more and more places accepting crypto. Now, if you want to see who accepts Bitcoin, 36% of small to medium businesses in the US accept Bitcoin. It was last updated in September. Okay, so keep in mind, this was last updated in September. Some of these things could be off. Burger King, Venezuela. Now, they have a huge inflation problem. It is actually down, but it is down to what was the article? I believe it was like down to like 6% inflation, but that is still a lot. In my opinion, I think a lot of the Venezuelans are looking for ways to find different cryptocurrency, find a different means of storing your money so that it just doesn't degrade so much over time. But, in general, people aren't always thinking about inflation. Other countries where inflation is really, really bad and all of its people are worried about that, I can definitely see a lot of use cases for crypto in those kinds of countries, especially where retailers, they don't want the money. They don't want other people's money. They want something that they can store and has value and holds that value and increases. So I'm just going to cruise through here. You guys can see there are all kinds of places that do accept crypto. I mean, you can go on vacations. You can use it for air. You can use it for, gift cards, buying computer parts. You can even use it for buying actual Bitcoin mining stuff. Though we've got AMC for all you apes out there. Also potential for them to accept Shiba, Inu, and Doge. And then here's stores, diners, pubs, mobile gaming. Just think of something and it's pretty much, there's a way to buy it with crypto. So I don't think it's going anywhere. It is here to stay, guys. So all those fears, at least the fears of, oh, it'll go back to zero. I mean, anything can happen. The stock market could crash tomorrow, but are we still buying stocks and stuff? There is always risk in any investment. But I am so confident in crypto continuing to do well through the years that, I've just been building up my portfolio and getting more crypto heavy lately. Although I try not to buy the rips. I always look for those deals. I always stay patient. There's always other opportunities out there. There's no need to chase highs, get FOMO, and, panic into something, because if you panic in, chances are you can also panic out of it. I'm not a financial advisor, but, just disperse your money. Don't throw everything into one thing. Be careful out there, guys. While not a lot of places accept Bitcoin directly, it's clear to see that the adoption of Bitcoin as a payment method is increasing with each year. One example is the emergence of companies such as Now Payments, like BitPay as well, a crypto payment gateway that can integrate to any business and allow it to accept Bitcoin. One of the places accepting crypto here of many. We've got a casino, you've got all kinds of games, even sports betting. You can deposit, you can buy crypto. And looking at Bitcoin's chart, we did crush 68, but we did come down. I think we're due to come down a little bit. We are definitely overbought. If you look at it though, we are mostly overbought with the exception of the 5-day and the 1-day. So I would personally just kind of wait, see what it's doing. I think it can come back down to these previous highs and test them. So I would look for 66. And if you see it hold strong and, form this support here, you could potentially average in, buy a little bit more, but it could pull back. I think it could potentially pull back. It is looking kind of overbought. We did jump out of this nice pennant here and created a bull flag, ran again, and we've just been continuing to run. Now keep an eye on this. If this does consolidate here, I definitely see Cleanspark coming up a little bit, at least in the pre-market. Maybe it's a potential day trade. It might come up pre-market and then dump it into the market just for the day traders to, benefit off of that. But it's possible that it could just have a continued run tomorrow. I don't really see it coming down, although we are in kind of uncharted territories lately with Cleanspark. One thing you could keep mind of here, I am on Earnings Whisper. I'll leave links to everything like always, guys. But November 15th, after the close, is our earnings call. And the consensus is a 5-cent earnings per share, EPS, a revenue of 23 million. Now this is actually double what they got last quarter for revenue. Last quarter was about 12 million, I believe it was. So this is double, but they have been increasing revenue quarter to quarter, but I'm not sure if it'll jump and double revenue compared to the last quarter. So if you're maybe looking to take some profits, consider before November 15th. If you're worried about earnings, just keep that date on the back of your mind. This could consolidate coming up to earnings as unease enters people's heads. We are kind of in this euphoric stage right now. There's a potential that people will start taking profits and kind of, deleveraging their positions. And I'm honestly overextended when you look at all my portfolio sizings, but I'm still very bullish on Cleanspark where it's at. And I'm not even considering taking profits, like I said, until the 30s. And, if it takes a while to get there, that's fine. Maybe in hindsight, coming through up to earnings, maybe they miss, or maybe there's more executive compensation, which caused the huge drop last quarter. I mean, it's possible. If you're really worried about that, you could definitely consider taking profits, trimming some risk, doing some risk management, trimming some risk off the table. But I'm personally just going to hold through it. I'm long term on this one. And if there is a drop, if it's something that's reasonable, like just a slight miss and it drops, I will definitely be buying without question. But that's just my thoughts on Cleanspark. We're still under $1 billion market cap. This still has definitely a lot of room to run, in my opinion. And this is just the beginning. And this is why I haven't sold a single share. But always do your own research. But as always, my friends, thank you. Take it easy, and I will see you next time.